All right, here we go. So, welcome to Built to Scale, how to beat the odds and grow a business the right way without heroic effort. We're putting the finishing touches on the website and marketing material, and this is the intro, which is going to be a presentation that I've been working on. It's going to serve as the foundation for the marketing content, the ROI methodology, and the 7-piece growth strategy framework that I've created. So I'm excited and nervous about the launch, and I'm starting to document the journey. So if all goes according to plan, there's going to be a lot more where this came from. And as always, if you like what you see, hear, or read, please like, share, or comment. If you don't like it, tell me that too. All right, there it goes. So who am I? Well, I'm Steve Ruqus, the Scale Guy, founder and president of the Catalyst Business Consulting Group, where we help small to mid-sized businesses beat the odds with a 3-step method I call ROI, which stands for reset, optimize, and then invest. We use it to help customers design and execute strategies so they can maximize profits, fund their mission, and turn their vision into reality without heroic effort. I've spent my career helping teams and individuals maximize their potential, from my start in the family restaurant in '77 to my degree in teaching and coaching. I've had a career in health and fitness and 20 years in IT, and most recently I was the director of operations for a $20 billion organization until I left to help small to mid-sized businesses beat the odds, which is why I'm here today. I've served customers like Dell, Microsoft, CarMax, HP, and the Department of Justice, as well as many you will never hear of. I've seen what works and what doesn't. I've come to realize that we're really all trying to solve I realize we're all trying to solve the same two problems. One, how to attract, retain, and grow ideal customers that are willing to pay a premium for our products and services. And two, how to attract, retain, and grow an ideal workforce that knows how to create and deliver what they value most for the lowest total cost. That's it. It's as simple as that, right? So, if it's so simple, why aren't more businesses growing? Well, multiple sources report that only about 40% of businesses are more profitable this year than last. That means 60% aren't. And in business, if you aren't growing, you're dying. It's not just small businesses, by the way. 50% fail in 5 years, 90% fail in 10. You've probably heard those statistics, but what about these? 90% of the Fortune 500 companies have vanished since 1955, and that rate is increasing exponentially. 40% of today's Fortune 500 may no longer exist in 10 years, and 75% are likely to be delisted in 15. And this one really gets me. 70% of workers admit being disengaged at work. That's a Gallup poll that's been running for years, and the needle really hasn't moved a whole lot in one direction or the other. To me, that's an epidemic. It's an outrage, and it's something that is totally preventable. So, my problems. We pour more time, money, and energy into business than anywhere else. This is a tough thing to do. More power to you for trying. Life's too short not to make an impact. When people aren't growing and when businesses aren't growing, everyone loses. See, I believe the purpose of a business is to help customers solve problems, and there are plenty of problems still worth solving. So, to get to the root cause of the problem, I decided to take a look at the life cycle of a business. Many businesses that I've seen fail, or at least they get stuck. And I'm hoping that I could crack the code and find the exact moment in time where a business could make a change that would serve to ensure continued growth. I came up with these 5 things that I find most businesses that are stuck or fail have in common. 1, all businesses pass through the same 4 phases. 2, they don't take the time to make adjustments. 3, they plateau and they pour gas on the fire. 4, they end up relying on heroic effort. And 5, costs outpace revenue, profits fall, and they play a game of whack-a-mole, fighting the same fire on different days. So let me unpack that. See, all businesses pass through 4 phases. So imagine, here's a graph. This is my handy-dandy high-tech graphic. As you can see, profit goes here, time goes down at the bottom. They start as a startup. They achieve what's called product market fit. That means you've got a great product or service and people are starting to buy it. Then you move into a growth phase. Everything's good. But then you become a mature business. You move into maturity. And this is the fun part right there. So you have a couple of choices. You can become a commodity and you can plateau. And if that's you and you're happy maintaining, more power to you. Lots of people are satisfied with the status quo, and I hope you enjoy it. This one is decline. Nobody likes to decline. And then your third choice, and the one that I would hope that you would all pick, is to sustain growth. You're going to invest in reinvention. You're going to invest in new products and services that increase customer lifetime value. Number 2, they don't take the time to adjust. In business, as in life, you've got to be intentional. As Andy Stanley says, he's one of my favorite leaders, and he says, we don't drift into good directions. We discipline and prioritize our way there. JFK says, the time to repair the roof is when the sun is still shining. And Andrew Grove says, a corporation is a living organism. Goodness gracious, it's late in the day. A corporation is a living organism. It has to continue to shed its skin. Methods have to change. Focus has to change. So number 3, they plateau and they pour gas on the fire. They start using gimmicks like discounts and price cutting. They overinvest in ineffective marketing, or they hire A players, all en route to try and drive revenues higher. But strategy, which, of course, and the reason they do that is because when they were small, it worked. As Reid Hoffman, entrepreneur and host of one of my favorite podcasts, Masters of Scale, is famous for saying, starting a business is like jumping off a cliff and assembling an airplane on the way down. But once you've established a market and you've started growing, the little problems that you had when you were small grow exponentially as you sell more and you add resources. And when that happens, you end up relying on heroic effort. If you're an entrepreneur or a senior leader, chances are you've been a hero and you've been praised or promoted because of it. So what's wrong with heroic effort, you might ask? How many superheroes live happy lives? How many of them have stable homes and enjoy vacations or taking long walks on the beach? Not many, right? Why? Because heroic effort sucks. It's not sustainable and it doesn't scale. And so number 5, costs outpace revenue. They end up in a game of whack-a-mole. They're solving the same problems over and over again like it's Groundhog Day. They plateau or worse. Cash flow becomes a problem. They cut costs. They get caught in the death spiral, and eventually they cease to exist or they exit for much less than they're worth. They become one of the walking dead. See, I believe there's a better way. And Peter Drucker, father of management theory, states, no institution can possibly survive if it needs geniuses or superhumans to manage it. It must be organized in such a way as to be able to get along under a leadership composed of average human beings. All right, well, that's all for today. If you like what you heard, please like, leave comments, subscribe, share, and come back. Until next time. And again, if you don't, leave me those comments too. I want to be able to get better. And until next time, think big, start small, and grow the right way.